Okay, guys, so this lesson is about the passage-based question, the actual writing itself. As you can see, I have my Scene 16 worksheet with me on the left, and here I also have a handout about passage-based questions, which after I work through this, I will upload it so that you guys have it as well. Okay, today what we're going to do is that we're going to look at how we can answer a passage-based question. It is not new, it is just some reminders, and I will also try to give some examples from the passage. Okay. So let's have a look. We remember scene 16, it is about Miss K speaking to Charlie, and these are the questions. What are your impressions of Miss Kenyon, and what are your feelings for Charlie in this scene? Okay. So at this point, if you haven't read through the passage again, please look through it by yourself. If not, pause and stop and read through. If not, what I'm going to go through will not make sense. Okay. Now I'm going to go on to look at the passage-based question itself. What do I have to do? The first thing to do is to answer the question. Okay. So I know I need to have an impression of Miss Kenyon, which means I need a characteristic. Okay. And I need a feeling about Charlie. So that's your personal response, but it must be an emotion. Okay, I cannot have I feel that Charlie is deserves something. No, it must be an emotional response. Okay. So I know I need to have a characteristic of Miss Kenyon. Okay, so let me just have a look at it. And I know that Miss Kenyon is maybe she's very concerned, she's very caring. Okay, if you are stuck, you could use this. Let me write it down. I know that she's caring. Okay, I know that she's sensitive, right? She doesn't want to hurt Charlie's feelings, so on and so forth. Okay. So let's see. Now I need to support my answer with evidence. So I want to try to say that she is very caring. Okay. So now I need to find out where can I find out that Miss Kenyon is caring, and I know that towards the last part, Miss Kenyon is concerned about Charlie being ill-treated, being bullied by his colleagues, correct? And I'm looking at it, and I'm looking at the last few lines from, let me highlight it for you, from this part onwards. Okay, that is what I'm looking at. Okay, however, I cannot just copy the whole thing in, right? So I need to find appropriate evidence, at which point I would like to highlight appropriate evidence. Okay, I need the best possible evidence. Okay, I need only the parts which make sense. Okay. Not the whole line. So now let's try working through this. My example is that she's very caring. How do I know that Miss Kenyon is caring? She says that never mind, no, listen, you shouldn't feel as bad if you find out that some people aren't as nice as you think. What people at work maybe. So what is happening here? I know that Miss Kenyon is asked. Miss K is warning Charlie, right? That what? That he might not be being treated well, right? That he might be hurt. Okay, now this is my idea. Okay, I'm trying to show this by what? Okay, by, I will quote, what is Miss Kenyon concerned that Charlie we have that people aren't as nice as he thinks, right? So that is what I can say. As you can see, this is linked to my annotation that I made earlier about Charlie. Okay, by the fact that people aren't as nice as Charlie thinks so. Okay, as you can see, I did not copy every single thing. I only picked out the exact part. Okay, now I want to let's focus on this. Okay, now I have this idea that people aren't as nice as Charlie thinks, and why is this important? How do I explain this? Okay, now do I repeat myself and just say Miss Kenya is concerned that Charlie is not going to be hurt? No. Okay, let's have a look at this. People aren't as nice as Charlie thinks. So this is the idea that I want to play with. This is the idea that I want to use to show that Miss Kenya is very caring, right? So what we can say from this, so Miss K knows Charlie is what? What does this tell us? It tells us that Miss K knows Charlie is bullied. It also tells us that Miss K, people aren't as nice as Charlie, is warning Charlie, preparing him, right? And here, because of this, what does she actually care about? Miss K cares about Charlie's feelings. Okay, this is how I show that Miss K cares about Charlie's feelings. It is because I know that she doesn't want him to be hurt. So my explanation is that, look, so let me refresh, okay? I'm going to use the color to highlight. I show you my thought process. Okay, I know that from the scene, I know and I understood that Miss K is caring. How did I know? I looked at what was happening, and I know that she doesn't want him to be hurt, and I picked out evidence. Oops, sorry. And what does it mean? It means that actually, what is she caring about is that I summarized it, and then I shows that she cares about Charlie's feelings. Okay, that she doesn't want him to get hurt. Okay, so that is how I can use the details to explain myself. Okay, so the key idea here is you have a big idea. Okay, show it in the small details. Then you tell me then you explain how it works. Okay. Of course, remember that you should always give me, okay, multiple instances. So if you tell me that Miss Kenya is caring and there's only one piece of evidence, I'll say, oh, okay, maybe. But if you can continue, maybe you can say that Miss Kenya is very polite. She is very nice towards Charlie. She's very forgiving. She treats him well. Look, then that is more evidence which really backs up what you're trying to say, and therefore your argument is going to be stronger. All right. So now, this is something that might be a bit new. For those of you who want to push yourself a bit more, you want to like stretch yourself and make sure that what you're doing is really doing the best you can. What you want to do is to tell me how this contributes to the overall meaning of the text. Okay, so now I know that Miss Kenya is caring. Okay, why? Why does the book? Why does the text? Why does the play okay, make her a caring character? Because compared to all the other characters, why is she the most caring? Maybe it wants to what messages is it trying to send? Possibly that that we should be like Miss Kenya to reflect how different people respond towards Charlie, okay? Or if we are looking at the other example, okay, maybe my feelings for Charlie. Okay, let me give an example. I pity Charlie, okay, or I am sympathetic, or I am happy for Charlie. Okay, so let's say I am happy, or I am sympathetic, or whatever it is. My question would be why? Okay, you know that the book wants you to feel a certain way. Why? What is it causing you? Okay. What does it let you learn or experience about mental illness? Or about, sorry, not mental illness, about mental disability. Okay? So You can of course use your PEEL, but remember, essentially it is PEL, but I would like you all to explain a bit more, go into a little bit more detail, okay, about what you are doing. That would be very good. All right. Now I would like to go through some things about PBQ, which I think are worth going through. Basically, what not to do. Okay. Now remember, the passage-based question is about attention to detail and things like that. So you should not lift or copy. Remember, if you lift or copy, it means that you don't understand. Okay, don't copy and paste, please. Okay, if I know that you might not be sure, okay, and that is why you copy, because you're not sure which part is the correct part, right? It's okay, go and try to figure out which is the correct part. If it's wrong, then it's wrong lah. Let's put it this way. If you try, you might get a chance of getting it correct. But if you copy wholesale, you are definitely getting it wrong, and I do not know how to help you from there. If you pick the wrong evidence, I can look at the evidence and tell you how to get better. Okay. Now, try not to just paraphrase. Okay, your objective is to say something new. If you are just repeating the story to me, there's no point. Okay, that's what I mean by the last point, reporting. Okay, don't tell the story. Okay, the assumption you should make is that the marker knows the story. What the marker doesn't have is your interpretation of the story. What do I understand from the story? What can you tell me about the story that I didn't know? And that is what I want to find out. Okay, so using this, please go and do the work. The work is here. Okay, question 1 and question 2. Okay, what impression? Give me one impression and one feeling. And of course, backed up with 2 pieces of evidence each. And of course, you must explain them. Please try not to paraphrase or to copy. Try to use your own words to do it. Okay? Have fun, and I will see you when school reopens.